Yeah. It does feel like for being like a nano YouTube channel, like the bigger YouTube channels can like do way more in terms of get away with stuff. Um, you know what I mean? Like it's weird. It's very weird. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Angine de Poitrine. Yeah, I get it. Atheist. I'm not gonna like seek out Jehovah's kids. You know, um, I mean, does he have a Eric Hovind? Is he making a bunch of like YouTube videos? Creation Today Ministry. Oh, okay. I remember this. How to blow an atheist's mind. Wow. Doo 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 boom. Lame. Good to know though. Good to know, I guess. I don't know. Also lame. Also very, very lame though. Okay. What? Is this Eric Hovind versus a 6th grade atheist? Is that real? Is that real?
Question for Eric.
Yeah. What is your evidence with God? Do you have like some because whenever you have like God talking to you, it's just like one part of your brain actually talking to yourself.
True.
Max has been talking to this young man.
It's his son.
I know. What is my evidence of God? Well, your dad's okay with this. The proof of God is that without God, you can't know anything. And that's exactly what we've seen here. Is we've seen somebody say, I could be wrong about everything. They've given up knowledge in order to deny the God that they know exists. And that's why the Bible says it is so foolish to deny.
Yeah, this is it. Yeah, this is. I just had to reload, but yeah, we're good now.
So you're saying if I don't know what one thing is, I don't know what everything is?
No, I'm saying if you don't know everything, then you can't know anything to be absolutely true.
So if I don't know everything in the world, then I don't know that you exist?
Unless you have revelation from somebody who does know everything. And that somebody that does know everything is God.
So
and young man,
if I don't know, so that means if I don't know everything, that means that I don't know if God exists.
you can't know anything. You can't even, you can't, the argument, and I'm sorry, Max, thanks for trying to get a, how old are you, buddy?
He's fumbling.
All right. 11. To get
He's been raising his hand the whole time.
That's fine. And I do appreciate it. And these are good questions, but the argument is actually kind of simple. It just says, look, you would have to know everything.
That's a good question, though. The kid's asking a good question. Yay.
In order to say you know one thing to be absolutely certain. or somebody who does know everything could reveal something to you so that you could be certain. We all deal in the realm of certainty. We deal with 2 + 2 = 4. You don't go to the bank and ask for change for a $100 bill and then give you $5 and go, huh, I guess it changed. No, you go based on certainty. If I, for example, what was your name?
Chad.
Chad, if I knew everything there was to know, if I had all knowledge and you didn't, and there was a rule that said, I am never, ever, ever allowed to tell a lie. And I said, Chad, I know everything, I'm not allowed to lie. 2 + 2 = 4. Could you now know that to be true, even though you, Chad, don't know everything?
What do you mean? Like,
Could you know if I knew
I know that
everything?
2 + 2 is 4.
Right. If I knew everything and I couldn't lie and I told you 2 + 2 = 4, could you trust that to be true?
Yes, because
Yeah.
I know it. There's
Right.
proof for it.
But-
There's no proof for God. That's what I'm saying.
Well, could you be wrong about that, Chad?
Proof of what? That there's no proof.
Your dad said he could be wrong about everything. Could you? And I'm not just trying to pick on you because you're an 11-year-old young man. Could you be wrong that there's no proof of God?
No.
You cannot. So you're absolutely sure of that. You're absolutely sure.
Yes.
I don't think your dad would take the exact same position,
I'm pretty sure.
but that's okay. Okay.
I mean, why does it matter? I mean, like, can you be 100% certain that leprechauns don't exist? Do you know what I mean? That's what I don't understand. Like, yeah, you can. I mean, he takes 100% certainty that he's not wrong about Zeus or any other god that's existed before. You know what I mean? So it's like, why is the idea of like the idea of them being wrong is like impossible, but they are an atheist about all these other different gods, and they're 100% certain on that one, and yet it's just there's just a lot of insecurity that they have, man. Pretty wild. Yeah, can you be 100% certain that there isn't a purple dragon in my garage? Humans can't work in absolute certainty of anything. Yeah, Jared, I think that we can absolutely be confident that there isn't anything that doesn't have a natural process, because nothing that's outside of the natural world has been exposed to be true. Right? So, like, I can be 100% certain on some things because there's no natural process to explain them, so therefore I can reject them outright. That's at least how I think about it. I don't know philosophy, really. I mean, I'm completely unlearned on it. I was taking a philosophy, like I was reading an audiobook about it. But it's kind of interesting. I mean, I have a doctorate in philosophy, but I actually have never taken like a formal philosophy class or anything like that. But not necessarily. You can get a doctorate in philosophy without actually having any philosophy classes. It's true. Which is kind of weird, to be honest with you. I would rather have not have it be that way and have it be. I think it would be cool to have like philosophy of science and stuff inside the school, you know? Okay, cool. I can say I know there is not a dragon in my garage even without an absolute certainty. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Jared. I think that makes sense. I think that makes sense. I'm not 100% certain I'm not hallucinating a sentient mold on a block of blue cheese. Yeah, I mean, people like to. The problem is like people. I have a problem with people going this way. With like, this is gonna be hot take. I know I used to argue about this all the time in with my theoretical physicist friends, but it's like it feels very frustrating. Like all the stuff for like multiple universes and stuff. I'm always like, do we really know that much certainty? I don't know. That seems very, very wishy-washy to kind of like put that, like 14 dimensions or whatever. I'm like, I don't know, man. Just seems kind of like spitball. You know what I mean? We don't have anything to say that. So, um, all right, let's play some GeoGuessr. We haven't done this in a little bit. So, you guys can hang out and chat. I'm not going to look at chat, but you guys can say where you think we are and what we're going to do is go through like 5 different places. I'm going to try to figure out where it is. I'll probably be way off, but it's a cool way to like learn about the world and learn about learn about humans. Honestly, it's really cool. Let's do it. Let's start. Boom. Okay, I am thinking. Look at those cars. Cars, old. Thinking you feeling Europe. Feeling Europe. The licenses. I don't know. They're not. Oh, they are wide. They are the wide Europe ones. Okay. So, feeling Europe. Okay, look at the trees. Trees, big leaves. Looking for websites now. Any kind of commercial lodging. Ooh, this might have something. Eastern Europe. Okay, yeah. Okay. So Europe, but with some, I think that looks like Russian. I'm not 100% sure. Man, look at those cars. They look awesome. Ooh, perfect. Plastina Muki. Right. Sorovina, a car. Has to be like 1 minute. Let's see if I can find something. Okay, what is that? Hungary, Romania, Poland. Saw some like Russian. So I'd say like Poland, Warsaw. I don't know if Belarus has been a lot of. I don't know if that's a lot of. This looks like a suburb of a larger town. Ooh. Doesn't look like northern like Netherlands and stuff. It looks more okay. Okay. Yeah, I think we'll go Poland. Or Czechia. Austria, maybe? Austria? Ah, okay. Serbia. There was interesting. Yeah, I would not have guessed that. Anything. Turkey, that's a good one. Yeah. Georgia. Yeah. Croatia, almost. Yeah. Okay. Oh, nice. Someone said Poland too, Helen. Nice. Yeah. It's okay. 2,700 is not that bad. Okay. What? What? Oh. Uh-oh. Look at, dude, look at this house just built into the side of this mound right here. Look at this. Okay. I was thinking about something else on that. That's just a bunch of wood. I mean, sorry, dirt. Okay, we are screwed. Okay, I don't like this. We're going back. Return to start. Okay, we went down that way. Let's go the other way. Apartments. This could be anywhere. Oh, um, ooh, what is this? Uh, Europe and EE. Coop.ee. EE. What could EE be? Greece? Let's put it, yeah, I'm just gonna put it in the suburbs of something outside of there. Hmm. Is that Greek? I have no idea what Greek looks like. Not Carla. Was that a city that we saw? Okay, okay. Oh, this is what Greek looks like. Okay. Does it have some of that stuff? Did it have some of that stuff? I don't know. Whoa. Computer froze. Split in time. Oh no. Kind of weird. Weird. Ooh, this may have something. Oh no. What would be other than EE? Or it wasn't a URL at all. Yeah, this looks like EE. Serbia, Greece. I can't find anything different. I'm gonna go with that. This could be bad. Dang, yeah. Estonian. Wow. Estonia, yeah. Oh, nice. Hazel's got it. Estonia. Nice. Hey, Ness, how's it going? What's the latest research on abiogenesis? QT45. QT45 is a self-replicating piece of RNA. This is called GeoGuessr. Okay. Holy moly. I'm thinking like Mongolia, like unironically. Wait, is that Espanol? No. Is it in the middle of like Arizona or something? No. Is that Spanish? I've seen some like Route 66 ghost towns like this. What? Okay, this is no Promito. So it seems like Espanol. Escada. Spain or Mexico? Oh, let's go. Nope, this way. This way. Okay, Universidad Técnica de Orudo, Mexico. So Orudo, Mexico. We got it. Durango. Orudo has to be pretty big. Wonder if it seems like very like just it seems to be very highly elevated. Like no, like just the. So I would have said like Mexico City around here. Higher elevation, harder to live. Orudo. Puebla. But I think this is way more. This is too densely populated here. I mean, other places have Spanish too. Can look for this down here. Looking for Orudo. Okay, Mom. Colombia. Oh, it could be Peru. Yeah, it could be Peru or something like that. Like something in the hills here. I don't know why I was feeling Mexico, but that's like what I did. This could be a bad one. This could get bad. Ah. Yep, there it is. Oh, it's not even, doesn't even say Orudo. It's not even around there. La Paz. Yeah, I was feeling like it could be here. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes a good, that was a really good point. All right, let's go. All right. India, China. There's a lot of in their characters. It has a lot in there, so I think it has to be in already like looks more Chinese than Indian. Someplace in like Bangladesh or something. Okay, it looks Chinese. Looks very Chinese. Like, I know they just have like a lot of calligraphy in their characters. It's very like, would it be in China? So could it be in like South China? I don't know if these have like a bunch of Google Maps though. That's the thing. Like, is China allowing Google Maps cars in? I don't think that they do. They don't even allow Google in. So I'd be very curious. Like, I don't. Is that true? They have to allow it. Do they? The URL, simple URL, nothing. Dude, it feels very. The characters look very Chinese. But then again, like, wouldn't you in China you'd see simplified Chinese, like Mandarin? It seems maybe it's like different. Could be like Myanmar. No. See, I like the curvatures versus the characters. Dude, what a dividing line! Look at that. How different their languages look. Holy shit, that's crazy. What a different. Oh, it could be. It could be the parts of China that go into places like this. I don't. Nepal? No. I think this is too wood. This is too hilly. It does look like that though, but there were some like natural, some pretty thick leaved plants. So I would say it's probably like big city down here. Yeah, I'm gonna just central China's. Oh, Taiwan maybe. Oh my gosh, I had it right at this last second. Wow. That's so funny. I thought it was Taiwan in the last second and I got it. I didn't change it though. Interesting. Last one. Okay. Feeling British. Please close the gates securely behind you. That wasn't okay, and they're driving on the wrong side of the roads. Okay. Ness, why do you guys do this to us? So, jeez. Okay, that definitely looks. Dang it! I'm so mad I didn't commit to the Taiwan thing at the end there. Cars, all different types of cars. Okay, I'm feeling. Look at this. This is like all the sun that they've. Oh, it's already gone. Never mind. There we go. There we go. United Kingdom. We love. We love our Brexiters. You know. Don't leave them alone. They're alone in the world. How many prime ministers have they had in the last like 10 years? It's like 8 prime ministers in 10 years, dude. Jeez. And people dump on us. Like Trump is very embarrassing, but the UK is like diving off a hill at the same time, dude. Yeah, none of them have been Trump. Yeah, I agree, but like, I don't. Brexit messed you guys up, dude. You guys are dealing with your own institutional anti-institutionalism. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's it is like a scourge of this anti-intellectualism that's happening everywhere. You know, not just in with Trump, or maybe Trump has like emboldened this movement, but definitely doesn't seem like it's only with the United States. So it kind of like makes me hope that there's going to be like a pushback to kind of like more of a small L liberal society and stuff. I think it's possible. I have no idea. Yeah, I'm gonna just go Birmingham. I have no idea. Hey, right. Scotland. Yeah. The hills of Scotland. I was when I was working at Starbucks, and this lady came in and she was like, "What? Where are you from?" And I was like, "What? What are you talking about?" And she's like, "Where is your family from?" And I was like, I don't know. Like we've been here a really long time. Like I don't know where my family is really from. We're just from the United States." She's like, "Ooh, you're as Scottish as the day is long." And I was like, "What? What? What?" It's so weird. It's so weird. The world has never seen anything quite like Trump outside of World War II. I'm sure that's fair. I mean, Trump is as a big of an embarrassment as you can possibly have. You know what I mean? It is. It is very embarrassing. Um. Yeah, GeoGuessr. Dude, I can't believe that we couldn't watch this. Like, oh, this is so good. Um, nice. Yeah, user, dude, I love GeoGuessr. It's really fun. Oh, dude, we didn't watch the Democracy Now! From yesterday. Dude, I know, me too. I want to watch it, dude.
Welcome to Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, the War and Peace.
Okay, let's just freaking. Oh man.
Report. I'm Amy Goodman. In Venezuela, the confirmed death toll from twin earthquakes has risen to 235, but is expected to rise dramatically as international rescue teams, including those from Mexico, Brazil, Cuba, and the United States, have joined the round-the-clock search for survivors trapped in the rubble. Thousands of people remain missing and injured. Hospitals are rapidly reaching a breaking point, with Venezuela's health ministry reporting an estimated 4,300 injured people. Many residents of the capital, Caracas, La Guera, and surrounding areas have nowhere else to go after their homes were flattened by the back-to-back earthquakes. The president of Venezuela's National Assembly, Jorge Rodriguez, said 250 buildings had been damaged or destroyed, with La Guera the most heavily impacted.
Esta es la hora de salvar vidas. Esta es la hora de rescatar gente.
This is the time to save lives. This is the time to rescue people. This is the time to assist those who are at this moment trapped beneath the rubble of all of the buildings, apartment blocks, shopping centers, bridges, and roads that were damaged and directly struck the people.
Dañaron y que actuaron directamente contra las personas.
Jorge Rodriguez is the brother of the acting president, Delcy Rodriguez.
So it was in Caracas that they let's see. Is that so? Right, that was the capital of it. That's like right when it. Wow, so that's why it's so many people. That makes sense. That's gnarly. Hey, Marsha Mello, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. I lived through the 7.1. Oh, the Northridge quake. Yeah, 1991. Yeah, I remember feeling the Northridge quake down in San Clemente. So it's that must have been gnarly. Yeah, they're scary. It's crazy how the how much power is in a earthquake. It really is. Oh, all right, Ness. Hey, come hang out after your thing. I'm gonna be chilling and relaxing after. So come hang out. Yeah, it's gnarly. A 10 is gnarly. Yeah, what was this one? A 10 was like I don't think a 10 has ever been even recorded, has it? I thought this was 7 to 8 or something, 7.2 or something.
Rodriguez. Later in the broadcast, we hope to go to Venezuela for the latest. The International Maritime Organization has paused its evacuation of thousands of stranded sailors and hundreds of cargo ships from the Persian Gulf after an unknown projectile hit a Singapore-flagged vessel in the Strait of Hormuz Thursday.
Oh, my God.
U.S. officials said Iran fired on the ship. Iranian officials have not claimed responsibility.
Wild.
But the attack came just hours after the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps warned ships must first coordinate passage through the strait with Iran's Navy.
Oh, my
Meanwhile, the U.S. Treasury Department has granted Iran a 60-day sanctions exemption, allowing it to sell crude oil and petrochemicals in U.S. dollars for the first time in over 40 years.
Oh, wow. Okay, so the largest recorded earthquake ever was in Chile at 9.5. Wow. Wow. That's gnarly. That's way gnarly. 1960.
The move will
wow.
unlock billions of dollars in oil revenue for Iran's oil industry.
Dude, isn't it crazy? We literally taught Iran that they could do this. Like, Trump taught Iran that they have the entire world's economy at their fingertips and that they can completely, they have so much control over all this stuff. And now they're just raking in hundreds of billions of dollars now. Like, oh my gosh. Oh, we did so bad. They did not already knew that. No, they didn't, because they weren't doing it. If they could have been, you think that they would have just been not been making hundreds of billions of dollars a year? I mean, Trump like fumbled this so bad. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. He monetized the strait for Iran. Exactly. It's like so embarrassed.
News agency reports Israeli airstrikes killed 2 people and wounded the 3rd in southern Lebanon, while Israeli soldiers bulldozed and burned homes in the town of Marhaba. The continued attacks came despite the U.S.-Iran ceasefire deal, which requires Israeli forces to end their occupation of southern Lebanon. And as Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Defense Minister Israel Katz said their forces would maintain an indefinite presence in southern Lebanon, Syria, and the Gaza Strip. Meanwhile,
like, I mean, undoubtedly, this is like the worst that the Middle East has ever been in since, like, what? The second intifada of the late 90s? Like, this is, like, it's in turmoil right now with the United States and Iran, both in Lebanon, both having attacks, the Strait of Hormuz mess. Like, this is the worst that I've seen the Middle East in like, has to be 20 years, 25 years. This is like a complete clusterfuck right now. And it's all pushed and tolerated and enabled by Trump and his craziness and this fucking guy, Netanyahu. It is wild. Yeah, Hazel, we're just putting oil, like gas on this fire. Like, what are we doing?
While Lebanese and Israeli diplomats agreed to extend negotiations in Washington, D.C. for a 4th day, Hezbollah is not a party to the talks. The Supreme Court has ruled in favor of the Trump administration's policy of denying people at the U.S.-Mexico border a chance to seek asylum, a right enshrined in both federal and international law. The 6-3 decision reverses lower court rulings ordering a halt to the practice of metering, or limiting the number of asylum seekers who can present themselves at a U.S. port of entry each day. In a scathing dissent read from the bench, Justice Sonia Sotomayor said, quote, "The consequences of today's decision are predictable. More people will die. More people will turn back and be subjected to violence because of something they cannot or should not have to change about themselves, such as their race, religion, nationality, or political opinion," Sotomayor said. In another 6-3 ruling, the court's conservative majority agreed to allow the Trump administration to end temporary protected status, TPS, for an estimated 350,000 Haitian and 6,000 Syrian immigrants. The ruling paves the way for mass deportations of asylum seekers to two of the world's most dangerous nations. Also on Thursday, the Supreme Court struck down a Hawaii law requiring people get permission to carry guns onto private property. And justices ruled 7-2 to restrict thousands of lawsuits.
Like, this is Trump is really, he's highlighted the flaw in our system. You just do the craziest shit that you can as president of the United States. You get a Supreme Court, it gets challenged in court. You go appeal it to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court either gives you the decision or you just pack the court. You pack the court and get that done. I mean, like, there is no challenge to that. There, like, legislatively, there is no, the Congress can't do anything other than impeachment. But then what are you going to do? You can't remove them. It really is wild, like how. I definitely want to read that dissent. We'll definitely go through that. I'm elevated and I don't want to do anything that's really like try hard right now.
Claiming Bayer, now the parent company of Monsanto, had a duty to warn consumers about potential cancer risks from its popular weed killer Roundup. We'll have more on the Supreme Court's rulings later in the broadcast. The Trump administration's reportedly planning to deport more than 500 unaccompanied immigrant children, bypassing long-standing legal protections for migrant children who are in the U.S. without their parents. The children have been in the custody of Office of Refugee Resettlement for at least 6 months and don't have family, relatives, or guardians who could sponsor them in the country. ORR, which is overseen by Health and Human Services, has aided the Trump administration in identifying children who could become targets for deportation. Democratic Senator Ron Wyden condemned the move in a letter to HHS Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., writing, quote, "This is a severe institutional failure that places hundreds of vulnerable children in immediate jeopardy, effectively erasing them from the protection of U.S. oversight and thrusting them back into danger. To weaponize the very agency charged with their protection is an unacceptable escalation of executive overreach that undermines our nation's commitment to due process," he said. In Syracuse, New York,
It's not wrong.
2 Homeland Security officers and
I mean, the problem is that they're bringing into this whole mantra of like, we can't afford it. We can't have these immigrants in here. You know, we're all full, guys. And yet the same people don't even want to pass like universal health care, any type of like, like actual safety net too. So that's what's so weird, is that like, not only are immigrants good for the economy, good for the culture and the livelihood and the breadth and depth of a nation, they want to deny all the benefits that we could possibly get, right? In a super like, in a way, you could see the Republicans say, and you even see Bernie saying this, like, you need a strong border so that you can have, good social safety nets and you can make sure that everyone is really taken care of. Personally, I would have like more of a open immigration policy than probably Bernie, but I can see his point. But they don't even want to do that. Republicans don't even want to do that. So MAGA walked away from his rally and nobody showed up for his fair. LOL. Okay. Yeah. It's true. It's true. Yeah, Bernie Sanders does not want open borders. It's true. Yeah, I mean, Bill, you bring up a really good point. I mean, immigrants pay $100 billion a year in taxes to the federal government. So they pay more than a lot of states. How much? Like what states? Let's see. List the Republican states that don't bring in $100 billion a year in federal tax money. Let's see. Let's see if there's a let's see. We definitely want to read the dissent, but we're just not going to do it tonight. Here we go. Using the IRS collection data. All right, we're looking now. We're looking at it. Looking for it. Right. There it is. Let's see. Per state collection figures. Has to be like over half of Republican states that don't generate $100 billion. Let's see. Let's see. Wiki list of USA states by GDP per state. Okay. All right, guys. I was wrong. It is 22 out of the 31 2024 states that voted Trump are below the $100 billion line. So that means that immigrants contribute more than Missouri, Indiana, Arizona, Wisconsin, Kentucky, Nebraska, Arkansas, Louisiana, South Carolina, Oklahoma, Utah, Nevada, Alabama, Iowa, Kansas, Idaho, Mississippi, South Dakota, Montana, North Dakota, West Virginia, Wyoming, and Alaska. That's what immigrants bring to the table, more than any of those states, because they pay in $100 billion a year. That they don't bring in $100 billion a year in federal tax money. Pretty embarrassing, huh? Pretty embarrassing. And think about all these states that are anti-immigration, all the people in here. 23 out of the 60 out of the 31. So that's what, 30, that's 70%. 70% of Trump states don't generate as much economic development and economic money in order to know that. It's wild. I am a scientist, yes. Yeah, Hazel, it's grotesque. I know, exactly, aeronautical. I can't believe that happened too. That the idea that they're eating cats and dogs, that's wild. What's the total number we collect from federal taxes each year? What's the total amount of taxes collected each year? How much is 100 billion compared to that? Alaska is not a Trump state, but I can't explain that because of character. Okay. I mean, are you trying to say that it's like an independent or something? It's an independent state? Is that what you're trying to say? So California pays in $800 billion. All those states didn't even bring in $100 billion. California brings in $800 billion. Texas, 417. So immigrants bring in 2%. They increase our federal tax money or basis for gross federal collections by 2%. That is wild. That is wild. 2% of all federal collections. I mean, Michelle, I don't know. I mean, whether or not we would split or not, I don't know. That's the thing, is that it's like, at some point we will. I think it's inevitable. I really do. I think that you have like these, I think you'd have just like a white Christian nation that spawns from the United States, basically. I think that's what would happen. And then that the us normal people can remain in the United States, and then that white Christian nation would fund something differently, be something different. It would be a nightmare, Souls. I think so. Isn't California top 5? Yes, it's top 4, I think. Yeah. There we go. Sick.
A voting site during Tuesday's primary elections to request a poll worker delete her Instagram account over her call for the ICE agent who shot Renee Good in Minneapolis to face charges. Paige Lynn Gagne says the trouble began during her shift as an elections inspector at Syracuse's Central Library, when she received this voicemail from a man identifying himself as Dave Brody, special agent with Homeland Security.
What? Calling you in reference to a post that we believe you made on Instagram where you doxed an ICE agent back in January. We just wanted to talk to you about it. You're not in any type of trouble.
Gagne believes the agent was referring to her January 8th Instagram post naming Jonathan Ross as the ICE agent who fatally shot Renee Good. It featured a still photo from a publicly available video of Ross taken moments after the shooting and cited a Minneapolis Star-Tribune report identifying him. The post concluded with the caption, "I think today is a great day for Jonathan to be indicted," unquote. Gagne returned the missed call and agreed to meet agents inside the polling site rather than face them outside alone. 2 officers then arrived and handed her a form letter warning you may be in violation of federal law and that, quote, "it is unlawful to threaten to assault, kidnap, and/or murder a federal official," unquote. Gagne has since refused to delete her Instagram post or shut down her account and has set up...
It's also illegal to murder people. That's like a big thing too. But the ICE agent did that. So, you know what I mean? Like he also did that thing. The thing that you're threatening to do against us, it's not okay to do, but we can threaten it. You can't threaten us with the things that we already did to you. I think exactly. I think she reposted that thing. Like, that's it. Like, she reposted the thing.
GoFundMe page to pay for potential legal expenses.
The experience is intimidating, and I believe it's important that election workers are able to do their jobs without feeling pressured or afraid. Sure. It's also important for the protection of freedom of speech and civil liberties, and I want to note that the lack of professionalism with the form that was given to me was very concerning. If it had been confirmed that they were ICE agents, I would have believed it was a scam.
A federal judge in Massachusetts has blocked President Trump's executive order directing the Department of Homeland Security to create so-called confirmed citizen lists of eligible voters. The ruling by District Judge Indira Talwani also halts Trump's directive to the U.S. Postal Service to deliver ballots only to voters on federally approved lists. Thursday's ruling was the latest in a series of setbacks to Trump's voter suppression efforts ahead of November's midterm elections. It came one day after U.S. Postmaster General David Steiner was grilled by Democrats on the Senate Homeland Security Committee. Here he was questioned by Michigan Senator Gary Peters.
So yes or no, if a state refuses to turn their absentee voter list over to the federal government, will the Postal Service still mail their ballots under this proposal rule?
Under our proposed regulation, no. We would tell the state that we need the manifest in order to, look, what we're asking for.
That's the answer. You would tell no. So the proposed rule basically coerces states to conform to these new requirements and hand over their absentee voter rolls or face the consequences of not being able to vote by mail.
Vice President J.D. Vance Thursday praised disgraced former President Richard Nixon, downplaying the Watergate break-in and cover.
Bro, this was wild. How he's like, he is joyfully saying that they can get away with so much more than what like Nixon got away with. It's like he's so mad about it that he gets mad that people actually got held accountable. Listen.
Up as a minor event, Vance was speaking at the Richard Nixon Presidential Library and Museum in Yorba Linda, California, while promoting his new book, Communion.
I think that his historical legacy is enjoying a bit of a renaissance, but I think deservedly so. As I joked with Robert backstage, if Watergate happened tomorrow, it would be like a 12-hour news story. Like, the idea that it would have taken down a presidency is crazy.
And New York City's Rent Guidelines Board has voted to freeze rents for the next 2 years for nearly 1 million rent-stabilized apartments. The historic decision fulfills one of Mayor Zoran Mamdani's key campaign promises just 6 months into his term. The 7-1 vote Thursday took place at El Museo del Barrio, a museum in the neighborhood of East Harlem, where hundreds of tenants packed an auditorium, breaking into chants of joy, many taking to the streets to celebrate after the vote. This is Shantella Mitchell, chair of the New York City Rent Guidelines Board.
I believe a 0% adjustment for 1 and 2 year leases is fair and responsible approach this year. It's one that reflects the depth of affordability challenges facing tenants while recognizing the real pressures that owners continue to face.
And those are some of the headlines. This is Democracy Now!, democracynow.org.
Dang, dude. What a world we live in, guys. What a world. Let's see. Perfect. Setting up some automation stuff here, trying to get it working. Give me 1 second. Did it. Getting my stream set up finally happening. If J6 happened again, who are smarter and better organized? It could get, I know, right? That's the thing, dude, is that the Republicans are like, they're ever ratcheting up, you know, and Democrats definitely feel like we're always on the back foot, you know, and I think it sucks right now, you know? I mean, but at the same time, there's a lot of, I think it's like a really cool idea. I like Kamala Harris's idea, how she's talking about how we need a no bad ideas coming together for the Democratic Party. I think that'd be a really good idea. Yet they blame Democrats for everything. Yeah. I know they literally have every single part of government, and yet somehow the Democrats are still there's nothing that they couldn't want to do if they didn't want to get it done. Let's see here. I'm gonna try to do, let's see, React TikTok co-host. I want to figure out how I can have like a guest on. And the idea being that I could just hit a button and then it's like, whoop, you're there. Let's see. Okay. This. Okay. Ooh. Oh, we're cooking. Yes. Sorry guys. Transform, reset. There it is. Yeah. Cool. 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 Yes. Oh my god. And then I think the idea is to do one of these and then do this. Source clone. Yeah. Boom. Oh. Oh. And then this. Okay, and then that. Yep, yep, yep. Okay. Yes, I did it. I did it. Senate candidate in South Carolina. Nobody wants to interview me. I'd be down to talk to anyone, but I don't think that anyone would. I wouldn't be opposed. I mean, I don't think it would happen. OBS scene. Oh. Oh, I think that's what I want to do. Sorry guys, this is not fun to watch. I need to setting something up. Okay. This. Annie Andrews. Okay, I'll look her up. Is she running for to unseat South Carolina?
I want to thank my family who have been standing beside me over the past 12 months as we built this people-powered movement to flip South Carolina blue. And I want to send a message to everyone out there, whether you're a Democrat who's been supporting me for a year, someone who just decided today to vote for me, whether you're a Republican who's wondering what happened to your own party, or you're an independent, there's a place for you here in this campaign. And I cannot wait to work together with you to deliver results and to put South Carolina first. Now, a reporter recently asked Lindsey Graham about me. And what he said was, she seems like a nice, attractive lady with a couple of kids,
oh my
but
God.
we don't know what she believes in. Number one, thank you for the compliment, Senator Graham. Number two, I have 3 kids actually. And number 3, here's what I believe in. I believe that healthcare is a human right. I believe that we need to stop the impending Medicaid budget cuts. I believe we need to protect Medicare and Social Security. I believe we need to fully fund the CDC and the NIH.
True.
And I believe we need to impeach and remove RFK Jr.
True.
I believe we need to address America's cost of living emergency. I believe we need to raise the federal minimum wage. I believe we need to pass an expanded permanent child tax credit. And
True.
I believe we need to stop the on-again, off-again unconstitutional tariffs.
Killing it. Killing it.
I believe we need to root out the corruption that is degrading American democracy. I believe we
True.
need to end partisan gerrymandering.
True.
I believe we need to pass term limits. I believe we need to ban members of Congress from trading stock and from becoming lobbyists. And I believe we need to get dark money out of politics once and for all by ending Citizens United.
Jeez. It's killing it.
I believe that instead of starting endless, unnecessary billion-dollar-a-day wars, we need to support South Carolina's active duty service members, military families, and veterans. And if Lindsey Graham thinks he's going to come back here to South Carolina and ask us to send our sons and daughters to fight in his war, he's going to have to go through me.
Nice.
I believe we need to restore a woman's right to make healthcare decisions about her own body. And I believe if you couldn't pass a pop quiz about women's reproductive anatomy, you shouldn't have anything to do with writing laws about what a woman does with her body.
True.
I believe we need to fully fund our public education system. I believe we need to take bold action to address climate change. And finally, I believe that as long as gun violence remains the leading cause of death for children in this state, we need to wake up every day and fight like hell to pass the common sense gun laws that the vast majority of South Carolinians want to see passed. And we can do all of that together. A lot of you ask me, Annie, how are you doing this? How are you taking on Lindsey Graham? And I will tell you that I feel 100% fearless. And the reason I am fearless is because I am in this fight for my 3 children. So any parents or grandparents out there, understand that I mean it literally when I say I would walk through fire for my 3 children. And if I can walk through fire for my 3 children, I can certainly take on Lindsey Graham for my 3 children.
True.
Tonight, we need to celebrate, and tomorrow we need to wake up and organize and mobilize and lay everything out there, because this is the most important election cycle of our lifetime. And if we do everything we can to win in November, in less than 5 months from now, you can be sitting on your couch watching the election returns come in. And when they say they're about to call that Senate race in South Carolina, and you look up at the TV, you're going to see, instead of Lindsey Graham's face, my pretty face.
Killing it. It's true. Dang, yeah, she's killing it. Who is she? Yeah, dude, I don't understand. Okay, call me crazy, but it is very odd to take a fight with the entire healthcare industry, scientists, engineers. Like, why would you think that this would go well for you? like in the best turn, like in the best way possible. In what possible way do you actually think that you have a chance? Yeah, that's what's wild. Like, there's some of the most dedicated people that we have in our society. Yeah, I mean, the polls are going to be pretty bad. Oh my gosh.
Mr. President, I'm going to be your strongest ally in the United States Senate. I'm going to be the Trump guy in the United States Senate, helping the Trump agenda for your last 2 years.
That's all he's got. That's crazy. Imagine being like living your life for someone else politically. Like your entire thing is just about Trump. You know, it's so weird.
To be one of the most consequential presidents in American history. What did we prove tonight? That South Carolina is Trump country, not Massey country. We proved tonight that nobody gives a damn what Marjorie Taylor Greene thinks about who to vote for in South Carolina. What do we want in South Carolina? We want conservatism with a smile. We want people who can deliver, that can work across the aisle when it makes sense, but never lose sight of what politics is all about. It's about making people's lives better. It's about fighting when you have to fight, Kavanaugh. It's about finding common ground when you need to. It's about remembering what makes us a great country.
What the fuck, dude? It's so weird. So weird. Very weird. Guys, I feel bad. I wore a pretty inflammatory, literally in flames t-shirt with a Ku Klux Klan member, and I just wanted to apologize. It wasn't having that one Ku Klux Klan member in a blaze on my shirt and stuff. It wasn't the right move, and I just want to apologize. Because there should be 3. The other t-shirt only had 1. So I think it's better to have 3. Yeah. All right. They could be in red rose. Yeah, that's true. Very true. Thank you, Souls. Thank you. Conservatism with a smile. Yeah, dude, it's like the entire like premise of their entire political game is just for Trump, man. Like, it's just so, I can't imagine being in politics for so long and trying to be so subservient to another person. I really don't understand that. Like, of all the things that you could do in politics. Yeah, sure, Nico. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't know. It happens. You do see like MAGA all the time. Dude, what it's like it isn't they're not conservative. They're not. Does anyone else think how much further we could have been in a country if it wasn't always at war? Ruben, bro, yes. Yes. simecon.app. I think about this. I made a game about this. So this is the game. It's called Sim Econ. Like, so basically you're simulating an economy that could have been. What if we had? So there's two modes. There's kind of like a budget idea with the fix this mess, and then but this is like a retrospective one. So what if we had you said Ruben, you said just wars. So let's do wars. Bush tax cuts. Let's say we keep Bush tax cuts, and then we just go through the Afghanistan war, Iraq war. So that those in and of itself, that's 2.3 plus 1.9 trillion. So we basically took $7,000 from cumulatively like 13 grand from each of us. And if you had the economic model, we have a current economic policy, and then we have Nordic, Eisenhower, libertarian. If we had just like a Nordic model or current policy. Let's just say current policy, right? And we don't do any of these spending programs: free public college, universal pre-K, affordable housing, infrastructure, revenue generators, nothing like that. We still save a ton of debt because we don't go high. Like, we start saving here as opposed to like where it was. So the baseline, it cost us so much money so early that just that we would have basically $1.9 trillion in debt as opposed to 35 trillion, 36 trillion. So it's it's about $12,000 a year. I'm sorry, $318 a year you could have had in healthcare, education, or tax relief. This is a simecon.app. It's something that I made. It's like a game that I wanted to explore, seeing kind of like what the world could be like. Simecon.app. Yeah, I made it. And then but dude, look at how much this does. Bush tax cuts, and then the Job Growth and Relief Act. So that cost us a ton of money. That was then some additional basically it's very weird. It costs some additional thing. And then let's say you do the bank bailouts, okay? Look at all these things that you could do. The bank bailouts, you could not do the bank bailouts. You could do the Tax Relief Act. So that was like 2010. And then the American Taxpayer Relief Act, tax cuts. This is the big one. So the Bush 2001 and the Trump tax cuts in 2017, way more. Look at this one. It's as much as the Trump's tax cuts in 2017 cost us as much as the Iraq War. Look at it, $1.9 trillion left, $1.9 trillion for the Iraq War. Like people don't talk about this enough. It is wildly bad. And basically what that means is that our debt, it doesn't happen. You know what I mean? It just doesn't, it's not there. So, but now it sucks because right now we basically have, it's embarrassing, dude. Like, what if we had, if you just like keep, okay, let's say you keep Eisenhower's era tax policies, right? Eisenhower era's tax. So the top bracket is 91%, capital gains 25, corporate 52, estate tax 77. And you didn't do the wars, Bush tax cuts, Afghanistan war. You don't do the tax cuts in 2003. You don't do the Iraq war. You don't do the bank bailouts. You don't do the Trump's tax cuts. But you do want to do the COVID spending because that's a good thing, you know? So, and you keep the Eisenhower plan. You have money. You never go into debt, dude. You pay off. If you do that, you basically, from 2000 to 2003, the country is entirely debt free. We paid out all of our stuff and we're fine by 2003. We just didn't have to, if we didn't do the Bush tax cuts, didn't do the Afghanistan or the Iraq war or the supplemental Bush tax cuts or the bailout or the Trump's. So, but think about this. So what could you do with that? Yeah, personally, all that stuff, all this together costs you, if you have a $150,000 income for your family, that cost you 25 grand. So Ruben, think about 25 grand. You could have had that in the stock market right now. Okay, so that's a good question. Oh yeah, by the way, with all this stuff, you can and look at them, how much little they're making. So we could have had like a bunch of things too during that time. Basically, you got to go on here, like, can we fix this mess? So Ruben, your next question is the other tab on the right here, fix this mess. So the idea is, like, what do we do in order to get it out? So if you have the Eisenhower plan and then Harris's 2024 plan, so you turn on universal pre-K, affordable housing, and then that's it. The problem is that you're costing too much without generating more income. So what you need to add some revenue generators. So if we remove the Social Security tax cap, now it's $150 billion. That's a lot. IRS enforcing funding, you actually have the IRS actually do taxes. That's another $75 billion. You reduce the defense budget by 10%, so that saves $100 billion. You do a carbon tax so that you can actually, like, people that, polluters, basically you carbon tax polluters. Okay, that's another $120 billion a year. Financial transaction tax. So this is for algorithmic trading and stuff like that, which are basically the bigger, larger institutions. You $55 billion from there, and then you allow Medicare drug negotiation. That's another $100 billion a year. So between those, now, dude, now we have a balanced budget. Now we're actually going to pay off all of our debt by 2037. All we had to do, and this is with keeping the current tax rates too. You just have to generate revenue, or you could just Eisenhower tax rate, and keep all this stuff. Let's see. Eisenhower's just changing it to Eisenhower tax policies, where the top bracket is 91%, capital gains is 25%, corporate 52, estate tax 77. That just changing that alone, we're debt free in 2036, in 9 years. So like the whole point of this is to show that this is completely doable. You could literally, like, it would be totally fine for the nurse and the small business owner. You would basically be making a little less per year. You'd be paying more in taxes, but the entire budget would be completely done. And you could do things like add the revenue generators back in. Okay. Because we have the, everyone's paying a higher tax bracket, so everyone's getting a little higher, paying a little higher in taxes. You offset that with some revenue generators, right? And then now you can like do some cool stuff. So instead of, and then that's 5 years. We could completely pay off the $36 trillion in 5 years if we do that. I would remove the Social Security tax, and oh yeah, well, dude, that's only $120 billion a year. That's right here. That's $150 billion a year. Right now, you only pay a Social Security tax on your first $168,000 of income. Remove this tax so millionaires can pay the same rate as everyone else. That's it. $150 billion. But you can make a lot more money other places. IRS enforcement, carbon taxes, defense budget reduction, financial transaction tax, Medicare drug negotiation. So now you're like, okay, so what if we don't though? What if we don't just like we don't have our debt paid off in 5 years? What if we like start using some of that for some other thing? So like universal healthcare, everyone's talking about it. How much would that be? It's about $450 billion a year for the country. So that's that. So the red bar on the bottom here, you can see it. It's budget. It's neutral at here. So we could pass universal pre-K is a good one. I would probably do affordable housing and free public college. All right, now we are still paying off in 2037. We're still paying off in 2037. We use these generators to get universal healthcare, free public college, affordable housing, and universal pre-K. Done. And we are paying it down to zero. No, this is the debt. Because we're generating almost $1 trillion a year in surplus. So 2025 to 2036, 2037, we would completely pay it off. Our debt to GDP ratio, good. Annual deficit, below. The thing is that our deficit is a lot less, right? We're $100 billion a year lower, but the revenue, look at the revenue difference, $4.5 trillion more. It's a 50% increase in revenue. What did we raise revenue from? From these ones. Removing the Social Security tax cap, IRS enforcement, budget defense reduction, carbon tax, Medicare drug negotiations, and financial transaction tax. And increased the capital gains, the tax bracket. The top bracket's 91% now. So you have billionaires pay taxes. Whoa, no way. Isn't the IRS enforced now? Fuck no, dude. Are you out of your mind? You think that the IRS is really enforcing all the tax code? What? Not even close, dude. So the household impact, okay, household impact, what does this mean? What is that life like? For a nurse, Your nurse that's making $65,000 a year, you actually have a more $18,000 more a year. Incredible. Small business owner, you're still making $3,000 more a year. Incredible. The tech executive, you're paying a little bit more. You're $87,000 less. If you're making $10 million a year, you're making $3.5 million less. If you're a billionaire, you're making $17 million less. But if your household income, $150K, you have universal health care, which is $115,000 a year benefit. You have universal pre-K, that's $10,000 a year. You have affordable housing, but your income's above that threshold. Free public college, and your taxes, you do pay $43,000. So net, you're minus $18,000, but you're up all these other things. So we literally can solve all these problems. Like all of these things, all of these problems. And guys, we're getting all those benefits and we're still going debt free by 2037 in the next 10 years. Like it's a complete choice. Like we just choose not to do these things. And on top of that, now that was like the normal stuff. We can generate kind of fun ways of generating money and like next generation ideas that would actually be cool to like, have, right? So baby bonds, $1,000 per child. Every newborn gets $1,000 in a government savings account that grows until they turn 18. Let's turn that on. But now we turn on a wealth tax, okay? The super rich on what they already own. So a 2% tax on anything over $50 million. That's $250 billion a year from a wealth tax. Just 2%. 2% more on anything that they own, more than $50 million a year. We turn that on. Now, we have universal health care, right? We have universal health care, but we need federal mental health core. We need to fund mental health in the country because that is something that we desperately need. We see it with the gun violence. We see it manifest in other ways. So let's bring that up. So that's $50 billion a year just in mental health. Let's turn that on. We're going to pay for that. All right. That would fall under universal healthcare. Yeah, but sure. I mean, you could still, it's an additional mental health care. That's fine. But now sports betting, everyone's sports betting, Kelshi, all that kind of stuff. We're going to tax it, guys. The gambling industry, you can have it. I think you should legalize federal gambling, but let's turn that on. $18 billion a year. Okay. And in order to do that, we need access to the internet. Okay. The internet is how you get a job in nowadays society, now how you access information. So the First Amendment requires access to the internet. So let's turn that on. $40 billion a year. Broadband is a utility. It's an electricity and everyone should have it. So we treat broadband like electricity, a public utility. 42 million Americans don't have broadband internet. Boom, we turn that on. Any company that replaces a human worker with an AI or a robot, they pay a fee, guys. They pay a tax. All right. It's not okay. South Korea reduced its automation tax incentives in 2018. A displacement fee of $25,000 per automated position funds this. $50 billion a year. We're turning that on. That's a revenue generator. We need a better environment. So in order to do that, and since the environment is tied to human health and human health is tied to the environment, we employ 1 million government jobs building solar farms, building a better grid, an infrastructure. Turn that on. $60 billion a year. This is an app that I made called simecon.app. Basically, it's kind of like it's a game to see if you can balance the federal budget and you can get us out of debt. Okay, so, but like sugar and junk foods, all right, we have, maybe by incentivizing sugar and junk food, less sugar and junk food, you would have more protein or something like that. In order to do that, let's put a tax, guys. Let's put a tax on sugary and ultra processed foods. Okay, $30 billion a year would help. Obesity costs the U.S. healthcare system $173 billion a year. A 20% tax on sugary drinks and ultra processed foods generates $30 billion in direct revenue while reducing consumption 10 to 15%. Mexico's 2014 sugar tax cut soda consumption 12%, and the UK's sugar levy reduced sugar in drinks by 44%. Long-term health savings of $50 to $80 billion a year in obesity-related disease declines. Incredible. Let's do that. But what if we want to pay? I mean, we got money, guys. We got money. Look at this green bar. Look at this green bar. We're still paying things off by 2034. We have money to spend. Look at this. We have money to spend. Let's spend $200 billion a year. So we have $200 billion in research and development moonshot funds for different types of research and development, DARPA, mRNA vaccines, all that kind of stuff. We could do that, or we could fund infrastructure modernization. So that's the thing. Infrastructure modernization is so bad. So it fixes America's crumbling roads, bridges, water pipes, and power grid. $3.7 trillion behind. You're $3.7 trillion behind in our modernization, our infrastructure bill. We already have the bill. No, Ruben, no. We did, but guess what? Trump took it. Trump took it away. We didn't have that money spent. It was put aside in a piggy bank. But guess what? Trump took that money for budget reconciliation because he couldn't pass a budget. He had to steal that money. So that money wasn't actually done or spent. And it was only $300 billion, not the 1.2 that we need. The app is called simecon.app. So it's like, I want to do like Sim City. You know what I mean? So like Sim City, instead of that, it's like Sim Econ. And then it's an app, so .app. That's what I did. Isn't that wild? So I think that we have to do so basically a federal land value tax. Dude, stop the stupidity. Amazing. 5 gifted subs in YouTube chat. Thank you so much, dude. Guys, if you're not hanging out in YouTube chat, Stop the Stupidity is just incredible. Thank you so much. Dude, congratulations on your new subs, guys. Federal land value tax. This is a really interesting tax. So if you've never heard about this, check this out. A land value tax. Tax the land, not the building on it. It discourages empty lots and speculation, encourages building homes and businesses. A 1% tax on unimproved land value, not structures. This is the Milton Friedman called it the least bad tax because it doesn't distort economic behavior. You can't create more land. It encourages development, which is buildings add no tax, and discourages speculation. Holding empty lots costs you money. Generates $100 billion a year. It's used in parts of Pennsylvania, Denmark, Estonia, and Singapore. So that generates $100 billion a year. Just that. So we turn that on. I think that we would have to go, see, do we do the infrastructure modernization? If we could right now with all this stuff, we could still pay off the debt. We balanced the budget and we did the $200 billion a year, which is crazy, guys. We have no, Ruben. You have property taxes, but that's the property is the building value of the property. So this is literally just empty lots. Why would you not want to tax empty lots? Like, what are you talking about, bro? Your property tax wouldn't go up. Your taxes on your home wouldn't go up. Okay, let's say we do it though. You do the infrastructure bill anyway. What would happen? Well, now look at this. So it would go down, but then over time you would just shoot up. Your revenue, we're like nearly doubling it, but the problem is the deficit. It's too much. Our debt to GDP is 180%. So that's not going to work. You could take away other things. To do the infrastructure modernization, you could take away things like Green Core. Now you're hurting the environment. Mental health, baby bonds, federal public internet. So now you're like really cutting into stuff. It's tough. Some of these are so big. That's the problem. Like the infrastructure is the math is off. We don't need what are you talking about, dude? There's like 15% of the United States is needs it. Like, what do you mean? The United States has the United States has is super behind on high-speed internet. Like super behind. Let me check. I feel like the internet is needed, bro. Well, that's because they live out in the sticks. Well, I mean, what? It's not their problem. It's not their fault. You gotta, bro. Especially in the. The problem is like Starlink is. I'm okay with. I can understand there is a solution out there that does something like that, but I don't think the you took off the Social Security cap. Huh? I mean, mine's working. Mine updated. I mean, like, especially with like work from home and all that kind of stuff in the future, you know, it has to be something where everyone has the internet. Like, you just have to, man. Like, there's no way. It swings it by too much. What are you talking about? It costs. You're taking into advantage inflation. So that's the runaway part of it. Oh, thank you, Stop the Stupidity. Thank you, man. Infrastructure creates jobs too. Yeah, it is. Yeah. So this one, so the top one, fix this mess, goes from today's year to 2050, and then what if we had goes retrospectively, so like 2000 to 2035. So I wanted like a retrospective kind of side, and then kind of like the other side of like trying to fix stuff. It's just like a different consideration. But you can see like the thing that's really crazy to me, what's really frustrating, like let's say if we had all this stuff and we had just kept Eisenhower's things, so that's like, oh cool, nice. Like this is us trying to fix this mess, and we figured out how we could like pretty easily get a lot of things that we would want, but we just didn't have the infrastructure, we didn't have the research and development moonshot, right? Those are the two things that you're like kind of screwed at the very end. But look, if you just include all this stuff from the start, you like don't you just don't generate it. Like you could have a lot of stuff. Oh, this isn't updating correctly. Okay, yeah, there it is. Okay, so the universal basic income is very, very tough. You'd basically like we could have infrastructure modernization, affordable housing, universal healthcare, pre-K, all that stuff if we had just kept the policy from 2000, and this is only in 2000. But I thought 2000 was a good jumping off point because that's when the budget was last like balanced. So if we had just not done the stupid Bush stuff and the Trump tax cuts, you could still have had all this awesome stuff in the last 25 years, guys. We could have had universal pre-K, universal healthcare, free public college, affordable housing, infrastructure, and we would be at basically the exact same spot. That's what the crazy thing is. Yeah, so that's what this site. So this is simecon.app. Yeah, so this is like a retrospective. Like, what if we had done something different, like turning back the clock kind of thing. So we could have had all that stuff, and we would be pretty much in the same financial scenario. But like, imagine a world where you have universal healthcare, free public college, affordable housing, universal pre-K, baby bonds, free mental health, free public internet, green job corps, research and development moonshot, infrastructure modernization. Like, it's like, I made it. It's just like it's a game. I wanted to make it like a Factorio game, but like with the budget and the economy, trying to see like what it would be like. It's wild. Like we got screwed so hard. We literally had Eisenhower with the right setup, and just total failure. Ever think about doing this with the current budget to possibly promote policy change? Yeah, that's what this side is. So Fix This Mess is on the other side, and you can pick your ideology. Nordic model, Eisenhower era, libertarian, progressive caucus, bipartisan, moderate, or you could go with the Trump or the Harris plan. And again, if you had done the Eisenhower plan, we were just looking at this, like, just the tax cuts alone. I mean, the tax increases alone would take it down to 2036. Yeah, healthcare is free, and you have mental health services. You have like all those other things. Like you could definitely do it. Can we end on something to feel good about? I mean, I think I'm actually like going through this. I feel way better about our economic scenario and the debt, because you hear this debt thing like completely talked about all the time as like the worst thing ever. And it's pretty easy to see if you just spend some time fooling around on this. Like it's a complete choice. Like it's a complete choice that the whole debt would be gone in 5 years if we wanted it to be. It doesn't really matter. How do we have free healthcare without affecting healthcare professionals' salaries? You just have all the money that comes to those from. Check out what link you sent me. Where? Ruben, like the jobs and the healthcare professionals aren't here because of it being the system that we have it. They would have the same jobs. They would just be getting paid single payer private provider. So the cost of the healthcare would come from the government as opposed to healthcare insurance companies. Healthcare insurance companies aren't like making the healthcare better. I don't know if debt is more or less an issue than just we currently spend the only outcome of the spending equates to more spending. I mean, there's different ways of generating income too. That's what, Fix This Mess is all about. So there's alternative ways of like generating income. Wealth tax alone is the biggest change. Wealth tax, use 2% tax on $50 million and above. That's $250 billion a year. Just that alone, you have the current policy, everything's the same. You do that, you do wealth tax, boom. That's it. 2045, this is all gone. Like that one thing. Like, look at that. It's a complete, like, we choose this. Oh, okay, nice. Oh, perfect. I love it. Oh, cool. I like it. The budget name is something that I was thinking about doing too. Reduce deficit spending. Yeah, it's on here too. Reduce the budget defense $100 billion a year. But our government can't move on anything. No, Gooby, that's not right at all. Trump has shown that you can move the government a lot. So that's the thing. Like, the government not being able to do anything is wrong. That's like the wrong conclusion to draw from the last 10 years of Trump. Yeah, MIJ. I wanted to, that's fine. Yeah, I was like, I wanted to, I think it's cool. I'll look through it for sure. I wanted to make it simplified like a game. He's moving in the wrong direction. Exactly. But that teaches us that, like, the inaction is a choice. The government can't move on anything is a choice that we make. I think it's inept. I think that these people, like, are not competent, and I think that's the biggest thing, is that a lot of the people, I think the black pill, the reality is that, like, we elect people that are more like the United States than we wish to agree to. Like, I think that it's more a reflection of Congress. Congress is more a reflection of the United States than we care to admit, because Congress has a really, really poor approval rate. But I think that it also is probably way more reflective than we care to admit. So, in other words, we're not electing the right portion of us. There's a reason why, like, lawyers are being elected and not scientists and engineers. Scientists and engineers could definitely do it. Yeah, MIJ, I think that that's right too. I think, yeah, you're right. I think that it must be. Yeah, I don't think that you're right. I don't think 250 gets us out. So I don't understand. We're $1 trillion out. I don't understand why we would be out of there too. Yeah, I don't get it. Yeah, exactly. Bill, I tried. I tried, man. I mean, I looked into it. I mean, there's like, I mean, you guys, I mean, I talked it with my wife very seriously about it because there was a house seat that was opening up, you know, and I thought about it, you know, going against Daryl Issa, but it's like $10 million, guys, to run for Congress. So it was like completely out, and I don't really want to be like I don't want to be a lifelong politician either, a career politician. So it's like that's becoming like a state senator or something. I mean, that's a good track, but it's hard for me right now. It's too hard for me to, like, my kids are too young, and it would require me to like fly to Sacramento, and I don't have the capabilities of flying there and leaving my family, and so I'd have to get like a place in Sacramento or something like that. It'd be insane. So I so I'm gonna just do what I can to like organize and get everything done. I mean, safe. We are in the midst of we are in the midst of actually filing the stuff this week, so it's really awesome. I don't have to raise $10 million. It's crazy. Thank you, Heather. I I mean, yeah, I mean, getting laid off really sucked. It still sucks. It really sucks. Healthcare insurance companies are going downhill because of AI. The decisions of what to deny are being finalized by AI models more and more frequently with less human review. Sure, I agree. See, I feel like that is an issue when you say it costs that much money. Money should not be the do-all be-all hill to stand on when compared to ability to enact policy with a brain that works and promotes ideas that work. I agree in search of. I was just I don't think that greed and profit should be the end all be all as well, but I've always just been curious about the numbers. You know what I mean? So I wanted to see if that was a possibility. When people say $36 trillion, I wanted to see, is it actually possible to actually manage the budget? And it's actually very easy. Oh yeah, Carnivorous Ape. Yeah, we're doing that right now. So so I got to make a video about this, and I tried to I got to figure out like how to introduce safe, but yeah, basically I got to talk about this more. So basically we created science and freedom for everyone from this community. Thank you. Hey, thank you so much. Is it my J? How should I pronounce your name? Mish? Thank you, man. So we created science and freedom for everyone, safe, with the idea of like counterflanking Alec. So Alec is thank you, aeronautical. Thank you, brother. Midge. Perfect. Thank you, Midge. So the Allied Legislative Exchange Council, American Legislative Exchange, basically, Alec puts politicians and lobbyists in the same room together to pass legislation. So Alec gets Republicans and NRA gun manufacturers in a room together, and they write legislation, and then they can rubber stamp everything state to state. So what they do is that they basically have publications here. They'll have different hey, like if you wanted to pass a law on affordability or policy, like here are issues that you can go, here are things that you can go to. This is the task force on these things. These are basically, draft law, like are basically draft legislation that people can, it's like, look at state, be enacted by this legislator of the state. And then they just put in your state, and then boom, you have, if you're a Republican, you pay $200 for 2 years, and you're a part of this thing that basically writes all your legislation for you. And you can say that you passed something and you want to go to ALEC to get your legislation because it already has been passed in other states. So you basically go pay $100 and get your templated legislation, you put your name on it and pass it. Super, super easy. So I wanted to do this with the idea of scientists and legislators. So basically, the idea is that we have a foundation that is created by scientists, public health officials, physicians, engineers, that we can help write policies and templated legislation so that people can pass science-based legislation. That's what we're trying to do. Correct, Ruben. Yeah, they're not original when they write their bills. No. Mm-mm. So that's what we plan on doing. So we want to try to do that with our stuff. So we're taking legislation that we see that's getting passed already in other states. So like vaccine coverage, basically templating legislation for ensuring vaccine access, right? Other Pharmacist Immunization Authority Expansion Acts, something like that. Different ways that we could help these people pass science-based legislation for Democrats. Well, for anyone, and we wouldn't charge $200 to do it. You could just use our policies right then and there. So that's what we're doing. This is a 501c3 that we are creating through the stream. Yeah. Why would you not, man? You got to charge something. I mean, that's a good question. It's exactly, Malanon. Yeah, it's a pro-science think tank. Exactly. Yeah, we call it a research institution for that reason. Yeah, it's the Safe Research Institute. Exactly. So, that's the whole idea. So we're starting it, and yeah, we're building it out from this community. So that's the goal. I think it's gonna be cool. I think it's gonna be bigger than we realized, because there's really nothing like this in the country. There's really nothing in the country that is coming together to it is, Sanish. It's the website for our nonprofit organization that we founded through this community, so that we created it. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you. Promoting community health and scientific literacy through independent research and evidence-based education. So that is the idea. I think this is the first 501c3 that's ever been conceived from an internet stream before. I don't know, because this is the 501c3, and then we have a 501c4 as well. So scienceandfreedom.com is basically us getting involved and actually trying to take down specific trackers of legislation. So yeah, of course, Sanish. So the idea being that we are tracking through AI anti-science legislation at the state level, and we are tracking these bills and trying to take action against them to inform the people that are voting on these things that this is not a good idea. That this is a good, it's a good thing to do. Thank you, Meteor. Thank you, brother. Oh, nice. Yeah, I've seen him before. I don't know. I've seen his what? Yeah. I'm familiar with them. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing the rounds as soon as we get everything all situated and finalized. I've been spending so much of my organizing time for safe, just like kind of getting everything going and making sure everything's okay. That I can't wait to get into like the actual meat and potatoes of this whole thing. So this is what's at right now is kind of like the beta test, right? Safe Research Institute isn't really humming along, and Safe Action's kind of dormant right now. But I think as soon as we get everything situated, and it's going to take like 4 months in order to get like official anyway. So we're going to be waiting around and waiting for that. And in the meantime, doing whatever we can. So look up Oklahoma. Legislation tracker. States. Let's see what Oklahoma's doing. Okay, all bills, anti-science bills. 13 anti-science bills found in Oklahoma. Vaccines and exemptions, informed consent, vaccine mandates, vaccine discrimination. Oh my gosh. Vaccine injuries, medical freedom. Here we go. There it is. Agriculture Homemade Food Freedom Act definitions, unpasteurized milk labeling. Unpasteurized milk labeling. Is this all info on your website? Yeah. Scienceandfreedom.com. So this is the 501c4 website. So this is the action website. This is the action website. So this is like the political actions, that kind of thing, and the 501c3 is different. That's the education, that's the legislation, the bills, that kind of stuff. This is the action spot, the action size. So thank you, Marcia. Thank you, saying it's really amazing. Thank you. This is we've had like 6 volunteers like at within Safe, and then it's like 4 of us right now that meeting multiple times a week off stream, obviously doing a bunch of awesome stuff. Ruben, it just spreads disease, bro. So it's not just you. It can it spreads to other people, and you can have outbreaks of diseases. So that's the problem. So yeah, that's what we've been up to, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we've been doing. It's been good. It's been really good. I'm excited. It's going to be Meteor, thank you for your email. I saw that. This is just kind of like a chill session. I didn't want to do any I didn't want to do the react to the thing. But we're just chilling tonight. Thank you, Heather. Thank you. How much is it making an impact IRL? I mean, we've have like 1,200 political actions through Safe Action Network. So, and we've contacted every single state legislation, basically like all 50 states. I think we're the only group that's actually battling anti-science legislation in all 50 states. So, yeah, I think it's not like super active right now. I haven't been promoting it on stream. I need to, but I just haven't been doing it. So this is. Yep. I think it is. Yeah, Heather, I didn't either. Yeah. That's the thing. It's so frustrating. Like the amount of Democrats that didn't want to make a pledge to support vaccines, that really disappointed me. I kind of want to like take the vaccine pledges off. I think it's more of like it's pretty embarrassing that not a single one actually wanted to do that. Considering we emailed like hundreds of them. So, I mean, that's wild to me. Yeah, like because I thought like okay, maybe I thought a federal politician, like there's no way, there's no way that a federal politician would do it, but like I genuinely thought like a state representative or something would have wanted to do it because it kind of gets their name out there and all that kind of stuff. So the fact that there was not a single one, I was really surprised. I know, Michelle, I got a bunch of email responses that were fluff too. I'm like, damn, dude, you guys aren't taking this seriously at all. That's wild. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Ruben, they literally carry like diseases, bro, that can hurt people. It's not good, man. Also, guys, everyone, sorry. Is this where an alien base is? This is where are we? Oh wow, we're Grand Bahamas. That's a beautiful area. I love exploring Google Earth, man. It's so cool. Google Maps is never gonna cease to not impress me. Not one UFO is an alien. No. True. Yeah, Michelle, exactly. That would be Bahamas would be amazing. Not taking this seriously is going to take their lives. That's a good way to put it, Sinisha. I agree, brother. Yeah, 70 grand. That's it. Oh man, easy. Oh, he's referring to the lack of healthcare and stuff, and that's what he was talking about, Marcia. The shipping ports. Oh, does it say Gulf of America? That's a good question. Oh my God, it does. That's wild, dude. That's so stupid. If that sticks, it's so lame, bro. That's so lame. Where is Portland? Did you say Seattle? West Seattle Bridge. Okay, Seattle. West. Oh wow. West Seattle Pier. Gulf of Obama. You should name everything after Obama. Dude, fuck him. If he's not going to do anything, he doesn't deserve it. Do it like freaking Gulf of AOC, bro. Like, make him really mad. Wow, it's empty right now. That's crazy. Look at all these cars. You'd think that there'd be a ton of like shipping. Is this just for cars? Everyone. Oh, there's the Pike Place Market. That's where Starbucks started. That's funny. There you go. What's this? Oh, look at all this boat parking. Oh, here's Pier 1. Because here it is. Dude, I love just like exploring on Google Maps. You know what I mean? You're like, have you ever been here before? Wow, look how green British Columbia is. I really would love to go up here. I want to go all the way up through California and then go through here in Oregon. That'd be so much fun. Just all the way up. Wow, look how pretty Canada is. You just tell. Wow. It's crazy how flat and just... Yeah. I want to see all the national parks. That would be a crazy cool thing. Remember the Greenland's main city is like here. Anyway. What was so wild. Oh, it's so magnificent how wild and beautiful the ocean is and life and everything. There's the Marshall Islands. Ah, that's where they are. Oh. Hey, what's up, Linton? Thanks for the follow, man. That's where you throw a fish. Yeah, exactly. Look at these Marshall Islands, man. It's just cool. The Earth is so cool. Dude, Australia is a wild place. So you can drag your Google Street View and like see where everything is. And some of these roads are just wild. Like this is like going in through here. Look at these roads. They're giant. In Australia, they have these caravans that are going forever, like going through here. Caravans of cars. Is this a Christopher Griggs? It's like a personal Google Maps that he did. What the? And you can go through here, and there's just like random spots in Australia that have Google Street View. So like here, let's go right here. This is the on just some random spot this guy drove to, and then Matthew Adams just took a panorama shot and then uploaded it. It's the only photo that exists of this place. Isn't that wild? Marshall Islands is a fun reference. My town has a large Marshall. Whoa, really? Marshallese. Whoa, that's really cool. Yeah, dude, just try to like go into the most remote locations in the world and see if you can find a Google Street View of it. It's really cool. Look at this. Whoa. Guys, we're on a boat. What? Someone took a panoramic King George River, the BVIP Book VIP hotel upgrade. So it's someone that had like some type of This guy right here. What the? That was this. Here we go. Oh, it's the falls. Okay. Oh, cool. Let's see the falls. Ah, so that's the falls. There it is. That's cool. That's what they were seeing. Ah, look at that. Wow. So that's a big tourist destination though. The King George Falls. The King George River. Dude, like just how remote Northern Australia is so rad. Just like these little areas up here, like Northern Australia seems so cool. And then you get like south and then you get way just like a lot colder, you know? This is a pretty big city. A lot of development. Oh, nope. It's a lot of like Google Street View. Like, look at this. Oh, it's Perth. Okay, what does Perth look like? Is Perth like a urban? Is it big? Let's see. No. Interesting. Wow, and it's just like on the other side of Australia, bro. Look at that. All by itself, bottom left. All the way south all the way. Really? It's expanding. Look how big it is. I mean, it's the only thing on the left in Western Australia. That's cool. Dude, Australia, I don't know what it is about Australia. Like, my wife has talked about it where it's like, I would love to live there. It feels so vast and so much to explore. Like, I love the, I love it, man. Let's see, Sinish. Oh shit. Oh fuck. Oh man, gonna have to delete this VOD. Oh wow. Okay, so where are we? Whoa, no way, Sinish. You're right. Wow. You're right at the base of the of the what's it called? Himalayas? Wow. That's rad. Right at the base there, dude. This is so crazy, Sinish. There's a Google Street View of your house, dude. Wild. That's so cool. I love it. I can't go anywhere. Wave to us. Party at Sinish's. That's amazing, Sinish. That's so cool, man. Thank you for sharing. What is this like? What's over here? Danish Fancy. Oh, okay, so this is like a little... Oh, it's like the big... Okay, nearby. This is cool. This is cool. There's your tattoo stand, Sinish. This is your... It's old, yeah. How's the store? Sinish, how's the... How are the tacos here? Is this good? A good latte? Is this a good latte? Getting some ink done for sure. I've never been there. You should, Sinish. You should. Oh, you have Japan. Look at that. You have Japan right there. And a pharmacy. Wink, wink. Wink, wink. Look at Japan. You guys, why go to Japan when you got Japan at home? I know a few people in Australia just from the internet. One guy I know bikes and climbs and stuff like that. He has the coolest pictures. He also climbed to Everest Base Camp. Wow. I know this is a completely off topic, but next time you debate Kent Hovind and he brings up his tax dollars going to teaching this stuff, tell him he doesn't pay taxes so he doesn't have to worry. That's so good. Yes, yes, that's good. Pocket reality. That's very good. Check out Everest? Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's a really good question. Where is Mount Everest? That's a really good question. Where is Mount Everest? Okay, so we need to realign here. There we go. Where is it? How would I know? You'd think it'd be like here. Because, like, would it be in coordination with other things? I don't want to check. We're not going to look it up, guys. We're going to find it. Would it be at the bottom? It's not in China. Am I in the wrong mountain range? I thought this was it, the Himalayas. You passed it. Nepal. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Let's put the layers on. Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. Terrain. Okay. The terrain we should be able to get, guys. Terrain is like the thing. I like how it's not a different color. You know what I mean? It's not like some purple thing. Let's see. It's like just okay. How about this? How about Google Street View? I wonder if you could like. I'm sure that there's some Google Street View of like Mount Everest. Okay, I know where to look. We just look up. We just go to. Whoa, dude, this is gnarly. Okay, here we go. Here are the peaks. Mount Everest. There it is. We did it. We found it. Why is it there? I wonder why. Okay, let's do Google. Here we go. There. There it is. There's no way. This is not Mount Everest, guys. We got to go back. We got to keep going. We got to keep going. Oh, okay, there it is. It's right here. Okay, it even says it right there. 8,800 meters. The Hillary Step. The South Summit. Okay, wow, look at all that. Open 24 hours. Open 24 hours. Everest is growing? Wow. Let's see if we can. Okay, we can't, guys. We can't. Okay, we can do it from Mount Everest though. Oh, whoa! There it is. So that was the south. That was the south summit. This is Mount Everest. So this is Mount Everest. Mount Everest. This is it. We did it. We didn't Google. We didn't Google. We didn't search for this. We found this. We did this. We discovered this together. Yeah, exactly. How'd they get a Google car up there? I'm at top of the world. Did you see Hazel's comment? No. Kid from Seattle sailing solo around the globe. He'll be in Malaya Toda. Been traveling for 2 years. Wow. I hope it doesn't show the bodies. I know, Bobby. I know. Isn't that wild? Sanish, how do you guys feel about the kind of like Disney-fication of Everest? Do you guys like it? You know, like I'm sure it helps your guys' tourism a lot. Oh shit, here's another one. Here's the actual, whoa. So this is like a live shot from somebody. This is 2022. There it is, guys. Because I could see people being like, you guys are weird, you know, like, leave us alone. But I also think, like, dang, drone probably took the pics. For the first one, I don't know. That's a good question. I thought they could just do, like, a sailing into Malaysia today. He streams, oh, okay, cool. Let's see where Malaysia is. Where is Malaysia? It's, like, over here, isn't it? There it is. Learning. We're learning. Kuala Lumpur. It's really interesting, like, doing Google, like, GeoGuessr, you find out that the world is so much more similar than we would think. I don't know what you would expect to be differently. You know what I mean? Like, you go into some place that's completely on the opposite side of the world, and you're like, oh yeah, this is totally, but then also completely different. Do you know what I mean? It's so interesting. Yeah, it's a great, exactly, pocket reality. Yeah, nothing wrong here. All these dead bodies everywhere. Be like, what's going on? I don't know, nothing. Don't worry about it. Strait of Hormuz. Okay. Heather, I think it's like dozens. I think it's like dozens. It's right here. Satellite images. This is it. It's right here. This is the whole point. They get like they basically here and here on the each side they'll wait and then they'll go around. Because there's Qatar, Bahrain, Kuwait, all of these cities, all these countries. It's honestly a beautiful area. Can you get to go around? Oh yeah, Street View you can easily go. Dubai is awesome. They have like some awesome things. Like they have these like Dubai and have like wild stuff, like these type of things like you've never even seen before. It's actually kind of cool. Different types of there's like island vacation spots. They're putting a ton of money into it. It's very weird. Like Dubai, they're developing so quickly. A lot of the cities, a lot of the streets don't even have names yet. They just have numbers. So they're developing it so fast. It's wild. They just have like these crazy developments on these seas. They have like these makeshift islands that they make, and they're just developing like mad on it. And they have these giant buildings too. It's really interesting. Wow. It's all over? Oh, really? Interesting. What happened in Dubai? How did Dubai collapse? Oh, the housing crash? Really? What? Hmm. Oh, from the Iran war. Ah, interesting. Yeah, they just have some like magnificent cities and stuff. It really is cool. Like, I mean, the buildings and stuff, you're like, whoa, what the? I mean, I don't know. I mean, all the tourism in like Vegas is doing bad too, aeronautical. So it's like, I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna all be closed or dead. I mean, like Vegas is going really bad too. So I mean, I hope that it's not okay. I hope it's okay. Yeah, this is actually the thing exactly what you're talking about. It's wild. Oh yeah, Vegas is in real bad shape. Vegas tourism. Steady decline. 8% decrease. Occupancy is still 80%. Vegas is expensive for sure. It's super expensive. It is. I mean, the economy is not helping, right, Heather? You know, it's because they cater to the rich and not families anymore. True. I mean, the Vegas had like really cheap daycare for kids. We were looking into it because of my jujitsu tournaments are there, so it was kind of funny. Yeah, the resort fees are pretty gnarly. Yeah. Well, guys, thanks for hanging out. It's a chill night. We're hanging out, chilling, geoguessering it up. You know, I appreciate you all. The sphere is very cool. I love it. Have you seen the grass tennis court in Dubai? That's 45 floors high. It's unbelievable. Rafa and Federer played on it. Oh, they wouldn't stand behind the baseline. They said it was too scary. Interesting. I have a feeling of an economic collapse in the USA. I mean, maybe. I mean, Sinish. I mean, that's the problem with capitalism is that there's always booms and busts. You know, so I definitely feel like it's a possibility. Definitely. It's 4 a.m. Yeah. All right. Yeah. I got to go to bed too. I'm not going to be on tomorrow night. My wife and I are going to a rave tomorrow. It's gonna be pretty sweet, pretty fun. Into the Horizon in San Diego. If you're in town, or if you're going, let me know. Appreciate you hanging out. It'll be fun. I'm sure I'll post about it. Don't forget about those photos. I know. We're gonna be wearing single digit square inches of clothes, guys. Like we're posted. I joked with my I was joking with my science friends. I got my outfit. I got my outfit for the rave. I'm like ready. I got my whole back from the dry cleaning. Are we too old? How dare you? How dare you? I gotta show these kids how it's done. Yeah, it's a single digit square. Yeah, exactly, Sinish, yes. Into the Horizon, yeah, it's done by Insomniac. It's just like it's a no camping. It's beautiful. It's like no camping. You hang out, you go. It's right by the waterfront, and yes. I'm 39. I'm not 40. Jeez, aren't you like 40? What? How dare you? Martin, I think Martin Garrix is the main liner. And last year was Griffin. Griffin was amazing. Oh my god, Griffin was mind blowing, dude. He was so good. Yeah. So I'm really pumped on it. Should be really fun. Yeah, I've been loving trance music for a long time. A long time. Oh, dude, this thing! Oh my god, I was tripping out on this. They did this last year, and I was like, I hated this so much. I was like, you're killing me, dude. Like, what is going on? I was actually right around here. I was literally I was just to the left of this. So I was like really close to the stage. It's a really small, like intimate venue. It's really cool. Like honestly, and then because of the location of it, it ends at 10. So it's like you're in at noon and you're out at 10. It's like beautiful. You're not you're not going super late until like 2 or 3 a.m. that you're dragging ass at the event, but you still have like enough of a time to like go to an after party with your friends. You know, like I freaking love that. So cool. You're not like camping, so you're not tied down to anywhere. The night is still young. It's a geriatric rave. Yeah, it's so funny. It's so funny. Like there was this one kid that was that saw us and stuff last year, and he was like, "Oh, is it your first rave?" And I was like, "Bro, I've been going to raves since 2003. I've gone to like I've been raving for 24 years. I went to a rave that got raided by the cops in the middle of the Mojave Desert at 5 a.m. while the sun was coming up. Like what are he was like introducing, he was like, "Well, welcome old timer to the first rave," you know? I was like, "Bro, like what are you talking about?" Like yeah, exactly, Bobby. Like, bro, like you like why are you being like why are you holding it's so funny. Bro, I was raving when electric music, electronica was seen as you were weird. You were like weird to like actually listen to electronic music, you know? And it was like, you know, trance and techno and house music, very like very eclectic, very counterculture, you know, it wasn't until the early 2010s that electronica really got mainstream, you know? I mean, it's a different vibe than what it used to, right? Oh, nice, Malanon. There you go. So I mean, raves, like before when they were counterculture, it really was very different. Like it felt very different than anything else because you didn't get to see. I'm reading YouTube chat right now. What are you talking about? You didn't get to see everyone like coming together around electronic music at all. You know, it was like you're going to clubs and it was top 40 hip hop the entire time. Then hip hop took over and nobody listened to techno. Yeah, I mean, so you're going to in early 2000s. I was going to like, you know, with 16 and older dance places that were, you know, basically it was like top 40 R&B, rap, that kind of stuff. Nobody played techno or electronica. So you're actually going to these things just to like have an environment where you didn't feel like othered, and it was actually fun to just like dance to electronica. And then techno. So techno is a specific type of electronica that was originated in Detroit. So there's Detroit techno and then Chicago house music that kind of birthed the electronica, and then house music really goes over to France, and then that's where you get the French techno that you see with Daft Punk. Back when Plur was still a thing in the scene. Yeah, Plur, peace, love, unity, and respect. So that is the mantra and stuff. So it was really interesting. It was fun. Detroit techno is good. Yeah, I like there's lots of different types of techno that were really fun. Like they're kind of coming back. Like hard style's coming back because it's so bass heavy in driving, which is pretty cool. Commercial EDM ruined so many good movements. Yeah, I think. Yeah, it is weird. It's interesting to see like it happen in your lifetime. Something that goes mainstream. But now like raves are really just electronic music focused concerts, and people don't really. People do have more of a feeling when you go to them versus others. Like I went to like Lightning in a Bottle, and that's like super Crystal Mama. It's like really annoying. They had like naturopath like healing like speakers and stuff, and I'm just like, bro, what the hell, dude? This is wild. Like not cool. You can be you can use like pharmacological ways in order to expand your mind, but then also not believe in like Crystal Mama stuff. Like, come on, bro. Come on. It's like really cringe. So Mrs. Dr. G did not like it. She did not like that stuff. Dude, I bet the Sphere looks incredible. I want the Sphere to have everything. They are apparently in talks with Tool to do like a residency there. I would definitely go see Tool at the Sphere. Like that would be amazing. But yeah, anyway, I was tripping out last year. This happened at freaking 9:00, just as the sun set. I was like the sunset right over the bay, and it was incredible. And then this happens. I was like, it's like lagging. Is lagging for anyone else? Fish at the Sphere, he said, is the most amazing sight and sound experience he's ever had. Probably. Get the seats higher up. That's at the waterfront? Yeah. Mm-hmm. For me. What the hell is going on? I honestly don't. I was just I didn't listen to any of this the going in. I'm not a huge like Sophie Tucker or Chainsmoker fan, but I like. But Grifton like was amazing last time, so it was really cool. My whole computer is lagging right now. It's weird. I literally started restarted it right before. It's very weird. Yeah, dude, Griffin was amazing. I had not heard of Griffin before, and then this was like incredible. Nice. Yeah, Glastonbury is legendary. Go to somewhere that that is Give Me a Feeling by Griffin. It's cool to like go somewhere knowing that everyone is having a good time, to experience that time right then and there, because like EDC and these music festivals now are so long. They're like, 3 days, and people are just on absolute benders. So you have people in various stages of recovery or journeys that they're going on, and everyone is like out of sync, right? The whole crowd, like some people are in, some people are out, some people don't care, some people aren't there for this particular one. But this thing is so small, right? And it's like it's just one night, or it's 2 nights now, but like because it's 2 nights, everyone is just like synced up. Everyone is at the main stage. Everyone is there for that specific moment right then and there. And it like made me really realize that like what you miss when you kind of like extend these out into these like huge week-long music festival. Like you lose some like shared experience. You lose some shared value of being in that moment, everyone together. It's a really interesting dynamic. I didn't really Yeah, dude, Griffin was good. He played a lot of different styles too. It was like hard style. He played hard style, played drum and bass, played yeah, it's just like a bunch of different styles of music. It was really fun. Griffin, Dan Griffin. I don't know if it's Dan Griffin or not. Griffin's the artist. He's a producer and he also DJs. Yep. Yep. All right, guys. Gonna take off though. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Hard chill night, hanging out. Hope you had a good time. I will not be here tomorrow, so I'll see you Monday. And thanks for hanging out. Bye, everyone. I'll see you soon. Okay, bye. Thank you for the wishes. Good night, everyone. Thank you again. Stop This Stupidity. 5 gifted subs in the YouTube chat. Thank you so much, bro. And Michelle in TikTok chat. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Michelle, Helen, Heather, Bill, Bobby. Thank you. All right. Bye. See ya.